Hey, I'm Greg, Party Fellow, got Scott behind the camera, and I'm here to talk about a Circle Cavalry unit called the Druid Mist Riders, and they are a Circle Black-clad unit, and they're different from the other Circle Cavalry unit in that they're kind of like magical. They have magical abilities. They're Speed 8, this is relevant data, Speed 8, Def 14, Armor 15 with 5 boxes. They have Pathfinder, which is great. They have a Vulge, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not, it's a melee range 2, POW 10 magical weapon. And they have their cavalry mount has a range of 0.5 inches and is POW 12. I've played them a fair bit since they come out, and I have to say that they're a decent unit. You have to sort of like have a specific idea what you want to do with them. They're not a sort of like throw in every sort of list type of thing. For a min unit, they're 12 points, and for a max unit, they're 20 points. And what's good about that point block is that there's no difference between buying a min unit and a max unit. So you're perfectly fine going for a min unit if you want a nice little flanking unit or something like that. Or if you want a mainline unit, then you can pay the 20 points for the max.
Do you feel that maybe it'd be better if there was a discount to go full, or do you think it's fine to do that?
I think it's good because then it incentivizes you to play them the way you want to play them. There are benefits to going with 5-man units, and there's benefits to going with the min unit. Like I think a min unit is a fantastic sort of flanking unit. You can sweep around the back and start electrocuting creel stones and stuff like that, or you can play them with another caster that has a good buff that they can sort of mainline with. I personally don't think that they're a cavalry that's good in a mainline sort of role that's like driving up the middle. I have tried it a little bit because they have 2 magical abilities. Okay, they have Chain Lightning, which is a range 10, and that's pretty important because they're Speed 8 and range 10. That means that they have an 18-inch threat on their Chain Lightning. Bad news is their magic ability 6, so not terribly reliable. And they also have Summon Vortex, which is the same as the Druid ability where they summon a 3-inch AoE on them, and it stays on the model. It's a cloud, and enemy models that are within it get -2 to their attack rolls, which will probably never happen unless they're attacked by 0.5 melee models. They also have Battle Wizard, which is pretty good, so if you kill a model with a melee attack, you can Battle Wizard off that, and it's you can get Battle Wizard off the mount attacks too, because that is classified as a melee attack. So ways that you can kind of use them. When I first saw them, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to use them as like a substitute for druids. And I'm going to sort of like line them up like this. Then they're going to advance their 8 inches, they're going to cloud up, and then they're going to reposition 3. So in a way, you get your kind of like druid wall from Mark II without all the cool counter magic abilities. And it's also up the table 11 inches, which is comparable to the Mark II advanced deployed druids in Cloud Wall. The problem is they're only going to be defense 16 with the concealment bonus. So if your opponent ignores concealment, then it's not so good, as opposed to the Def 18 druids that had camouflage and stuff in Mark II. So not as good in terms of defensive abilities, but their armor is better, and they have boxes, so they're a little harder to kill. And then I thought, well, I'll try them with Kaya 1, because she has Occultation as a spell, and I'll put it on them, and then they can advance up and make a nice little cloud wall. You can't see them unless you can ignore stealth, and unless you can ignore the clouds, you can't shoot the stuff behind. And I played it a few times, and I've actually found that most of the stuff that I drop it into is just going to find a way to kill them anyways, and so they end up working up a flank. Anyways, which has worked out fine. They seem to excel very well at working up a flank because they're super fast. You know, you run 16 inches the first turn, and the next turn you like go up, chain lightning some stuff, and then reposition. Or when I played them with Epic Chromac, and he kind of likes them because they're an independent unit that doesn't really require his intervention at all. They do like to have Carnage to get the additional to hit because they're only mat 5. So he likes them because they're completely independent. They can screen very well, like they can work up on a flank, and then when it's sort of like feet turn or you're concerned about getting alpha'd or counter-alpha'd or counter-struck or whatever, you can run them 16 inches and just jam the heck up. And at Def 14, Armor 15 with 5 boxes, it takes a little more than just incidental attacks to clear up that jam. And because they're large bases as well, they also block line of sight better, and they're not as easy to like just sort of throw around or knock out of the way or that type of thing. So an excellent unit, I think so. I think probably with most casters, you're going to be looking at taking a min unit. They're great as a flank force for contesting flags and for getting around the back and electrocuting support staff and that type of thing. They can be quite a big hassle in that regard. With the reposition, like I said, they can go up to within 10 inches of their target, chain lightning, and then reposition back 3, so now they're 13 inches away from their original target. For most infantry, that means they're just going to be running at them, trying to kill them and stuff, and that's not sort of their best situation to be in. I think they're a great non-mainline unit, and you should definitely look for finding some ways to make them work rather, because they are worth their points, either in the min or max unit. Good luck.
Wow, you said they were worth their points?
Yeah.
How are they worth their points when you have Sentry Stones?
Shut up. I think they're well priced for their point cost. Sentry Stones are just stupid. So you cannot compare anything to Sentry Stones because it's just like they're not,
So
they're not fair and
why
balanced.
you wouldn't take a unit of them until you've already taken 2 units of Sentry Stones?
Well, duh. If you're playing Circle, 10 points of your list is automatically Sentry Stones, right? That's not even a comparison. But
Nerf bad income.
they're going to be nerfed, and then we'll see. That maybe there'll be in or out. But right now, you take two Sentry Stones on every Circle list. You'd have to be an idiot not to.